so happy to share some memories of Jack Flynn, who I had the opportunity to work with for several years at WSRS and WTAG in Worcester, Mass. A couple of the things that I noted most about Jack Flynn, and I was only a 30-year-old rookie getting into the business then, is I noticed loyalty. I noticed loyalty to his family. He adored his family. He talked about them frequently. And he was very loyal to the radio station, his employer. And he had so much pride in that blue Pontiac station wagon with the WSRS logo on the side. He always kept it immaculate and always made sure to park it in a conspicuous spot when we were going to big public events. And the third thing I remember the most is his loyalty to his sales staff. See, he was a general manager, but he also worked quite extensively with his sales team. And he always would say to us, is there anything I can do? Do you need anything more to close the sale? Do you need anything more to keep this client happy? Do you need anything more to help you do your job better? See, Jack Flynn was never concerned with himself. He was always concerned with his family, his station, and his team. And I'm so proud that I had the opportunity to work with him.
Joan Greenberg, the beloved and founding member of the Massachusetts Broadcasters Hall of Fame, will be remembered for her beautiful spirit and unending enthusiasm. Her dedication to the Hall of Fame was boundless. Her passion for the mission had no peer. On the Hall of Fame board, she served as secretary, doing the important detail work that made the awards events such a shining success. She was a true pioneer and will always be recognized for her leadership and dedication to the broadcasting community in Massachusetts.
A little bit after 8 o'clock here on Oldies 103.3, the Good Time Saturday Night Request Party. My name's Jim Sands. How you doing out there?
WODS Boston.
Coffee FM remembers the late, great Jim Sands.
It's a minute past 9 o'clock. How you doing, troops? Hey, welcome once again to the Good Time Saturday Night Request Party. Jim Sands here.
Jim's amazing voice and charming wit grace the nighttime airwaves here at Coffee FM for the past 5 years, and we'll miss him dearly.
Soft and easy. Coffee FM 100.5 and now covering the Upper Cape with an even bigger signal at 103.5.
Rest easy, Jim, from your friends, extended family, and loyal listeners of Coffee FM.
Hello, this is Larry Justice, one of the original WMEX good guys. I had the privilege of working with Arnie for almost 5 years, starting in 1965. Watching Arnie do his show was a trip. Off the air, Arnie was a buttoned-down Harvard professor type. But when that red light went on, his alter ego, woo-woo, exploded, and he owned nighttime radio. Arnie was always up and positive and fun. And Arnie, woo-woo, could sell you anything from cars to clothing, furniture, cookies, record albums, and the most famous of all, the Ginsburger.
That's right, the Ginsburger is now being served at Adventure Car Hop. I designed it, I planned it, I tested it. But you're going to eat it, and what a delicious mouthful this is. And Adventure Car Hop is serving the Ginsburger on a record which you keep for your very own. If you say woo-woo Ginsburg with your order, you get another Ginsburger free of charge. So how can you miss? Stop out to Adventure Car Hop, Route 1 in Saugus.
Arnie put the Adventure Car Hop on the map. He made them rich and famous.
Jim Ramo was a broadcaster who was never afraid to try new things. He paid attention to everything around him and always listened. Listening was one of Jim's greatest strengths and guided him throughout his broadcast career. Starting out in traffic at WMAS AM and FM, he worked his way up through the ranks, becoming music director, assistant PD, and finally full program director in 2011. He also programmed 7 formats for Westwood One. Jim helped grow 94.7 WMAS into one of the top AC stations in the country, winning many awards, like the 2018 Conclave Midsize Market Station of the Year. Jim was also a pioneer by helping set up one of the first radio station websites that allowed streaming in 1996. And right up to his final days, he was raising money for the Children's Miracle Network and organizing food drives. Jim was a leader. He showed quiet strength through empathy. And although he had many accomplishments, Jim always remained humble, had a great sense of humor, and never lost his ability to listen.
Tommy Hineson was a terrific basketball player who went from Holy Cross to the Boston Celtics. He was one of the most popular players and coaches in Celtic history. Nicknamed Tommy Gun for his prolific shot selection, Hineson brought his larger-than-life personality to our broadcast arena with the NBA network coverage on CBS with Dick Stockton. Tommy Hineson was a very unique individual, pursuing his quiet passion of painting, actually becoming a very accomplished artist, to the broadcast booth and the local telecasts of the Celtics games. He was informative, he was entertaining, and extremely passionate, mirroring the energy of the Boston sports fans that loved him so much. Tommy Hineson is a welcome and very deserving addition to our Broadcast Hall of Fame.
Murph knows. Murph will find it. Murph will take care of it. Jim Murphy was WBZ's go-to guy and a talented editor.
He was a storyteller. He was a journalist.
He makes sure our show got on the air every single morning. He's calm and cool, even in the most chaotic situations.
Jim loved his family more than anything else in the world.
He was a great friend. He was a great coworker. The past 20 years, a lot of the videos you've seen, all the montages and the celebrations, Jim's the guy that put those together.
He went the extra mile. He made sure whatever project that he was on, it was going to be special, not only for the station, but for you.
Jim and I used to fight over music endings for pieces because he wanted it to end in a certain way. I'm gonna miss fighting with him because this was not the ending we were supposed to have today. Rest in peace.
To say that Dick Vaughan was a pioneer would be an understatement. He began his broadcast career as a teenager at WHIL in Medford, mentored by the famous Dave Maynard. Dick stayed there as news and sports director for a while and then decided it was time to move on, and he ended up at WARE in Ware as news director and sales guy and announcer and football play-by-play guy, and eventually moved up to the role of vice president and general manager. WARE, for a 1,000-watt station, probably did more than any other radio station of any power level in Massachusetts at the time. Dick was a member of all things, the Philadelphia Mummers Furco String Band. Dick's famous words were, "If it is to be, it is up to me." He made sure you brought your A game every day.
Live at Fenway Park with a recap on the evening's events. Numi?
All right, Bob, quite a day.
You would become one of the great storytellers on television.
And so it all figured. After 79 points and 1,000 yards of total offense, the team with the ball last would win.
When Flutie unleashed this majestic football into the air, and Gerard Phelan caught the ball about 4.5 feet from where I was standing. Without question, the most exhilarating single sports event, the Hagler-Hearns fight in Caesars Palace last week.
Hagler goes in for the kill now.
49 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists. Another tour de force for the remarkable Larry Joe Bird.
To have lost a friend, someone that I would consider a brother, worked at Channel 4 for more than 2 decades.
50 pounds of rum and strawberry.
I just love the guy. He was just very good at what he did, passionate about what he did, passionate about the horses.
Pleasant Colony, he may not have the striking good looks of Secretariat.
He was so talented, a writer, an orator. He was so much fun to work with, poised, humble.
Remy, I'm sure you'll find a horse somewhere to bet on. So just take whatever money you can get and double it for me, because I know you'll be the winner.
It is our first for the New England Sports Network, and my pleasure, of course, to have as my new partner, number 2, Jerry Remy.
This is going to be a good night.
This is already starting off bad.
Kevin Kennedy pulling no punches.
Out in that batter's box up there.
People often wonder how the Rem Dog tunes up for a big game. And as you can see, Jerry very much